Hello everyone, we are continuing on with our NHL season series preview series as the season starts tomorrow, and we're going to finish this out just in time. And today we have the Vancouver Canucks. Now before we start, please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new to hockey or if you are interested in hockey. I'm hoping to do this as a full-time career and would love to have you here along the way. Now, let's talk about the Canucks. So, Vancouver had a really rough start to the year last season before a coaching change really turned it around as the team went 40-30-12 over the full 82-game season, and that was good enough for 92 points out west, but not good enough for playoff hockey. As you remember, Vegas and Dallas were able to be above them, and then Dallas clinched that final playoff spot. Now, they're heading into the season, Vancouver is heading into the season that is, with hopes of replicating their success under coach Bruce Boudreau from last year, but will it actually happen? We'll get to that by the end of the video as I give my storylines to follow this season and my expectations for this team. So the first storyline will be whether or not the Canucks can weather the storm in the regular season involving injuries. As we can see, the team is already dealing with the injury bug at the moment. The two main losses would be Brock Besser and Ilya Mikheyev, as Brock recently had to have hand surgery and was expected to be out 3 to 4 weeks, but has also resumed skating as of 2 or 3 days ago. I don't think he's going to recover faster than expected, but it is nice knowing that he is out on the ice, and that is coming off of that surgery where you wondered, would this be a nagging issue? So far so good as of right now. And while it's not an extremely long time, the team will be missing him as he is a scoring option for Vancouver and is a top 6 winger for the team. And also, he's coming off of an extension, so you just know that while his teammates and fans are there, they would love to see him be able to thrive coming off of this new deal. And that is my talk of that. But as for Ilya missed or on a week-to-week basis, I should say, with a lower body injury. So fans will have to, be a little bit delayed on to what he's going to be like once he arrives here or makes his Vancouver debut. He comes over from the Toronto Maple Leafs after having a career-high 21-goal season with the Leafs. His impact will probably still be felt, but in an odd way, as it's more in the air compared to Brock as what his value is going to be for this team. Some people feel like it was an overpay to get the nearly 28-year-old Russian, and personally, I feel like he was rewarded for his 21-goal campaign. Not to say he doesn't add value elsewhere, but tell me he would have got the deal that he did if he didn't have that 21-goal season. If he has another 7 or 8-goal season, he's not getting that deal. So we're wondering if that's a one-off or if he's going to be able to produce, as he looks like he'll probably be a third-line winger, middle 6 guy. We'll have to see. So for the now, Canucks are losing some guys in the short term and probably can weather it, but if they struggle early on without them, they're just anxiously awaiting for reinforcements to come on in, and it could always be worse. So while I'm not thrilled about this as a Canucks fan having these two injured, I understand there are way worse injuries, especially at the start of the year. You see some athletes be out for the season, so I'm not complaining. As for the second storyline, we're going to be talking about how much of an impact Andre Chrismanko can do for his new team, or how much of an impact he can have as he comes over from the KHL. That's a valid question too, as a 26-year-old recently put up 38 goals in 102 regular season games the last 2 seasons with SKA St. Petersburg, which is a pace of about 31 goals every 82 games over a course of our regular season. Now we know there's always going to be an adjustment for foreign-born players, but if he could transition quickly, that would be great for him and his team. It's unclear again what role he'll play with him, but the projected lineup from dailyfaceoff.com has him as on the second line. This could either be a good thing or a bad thing for him, is if he does get more playing time, maybe he is going to be able to take opportunity of that with Ilya and Brock down, but at the same time you have to wonder if he's going to be able to step up and fill that void. I'm curious to see how this goes, but one thing I will say from him is that maybe we will get to see him shoot the puck a lot, or at least from what we've seen in preseason, which maybe won't hold, but he averaged 3.5 shots per game over those 2 regular season games, preseason games that he played, and had 4 points in that time, 2 goals, 2 assists. But had he kept up his rate of 3.5 shots per game, he actually would have been 11th for shots on the season last season with 287. So if he keeps that up, maybe he's feeling confident, feels like he can shoot the puck well. Had a beautiful goal in preseason, by the way. But yeah, maybe he could be a guy that is a goal scorer for this team. We'll see. As for the final storyline, we will also get to see if JT Miller can replicate his career season from last year. The veteran forward has been a fan favorite, I think, once he established his roots in Vancouver after coming over from Tampa Bay, and has been a good player for them. Then he got a big extension after having a 99-point season last year, which was 9th in the league, and that is wondering or making people wonder, could people expect him to hit 100 points again, or get near 100 points, I should say? The answer, in my opinion, is probably not. His previous high was 72 in the 2018-19 season, so he had 27 more points than his previous high in terms of, points. That's a big gap. You look at 99 compared to 72. That's insane. But I will say, what are some other detractors from this? A big thing here is secondary assists. He was 5th in the league for secondary assists last season with 31, and that is a little bit more problematic because they're not as expected, or they're not as sustainable as primary assists. We all know this, or if you're new, then you'll understand that when I say this, you'll, I guess, get it later. But yeah, primary assists are better because they are more likely to be replicated, whereas secondary assists rely on other things, like your guy that's getting the primary assist dishing the puck out to the guy that's scoring a goal. But yeah, anyway, for JT, I will say he has been a consistent goal scorer with a great shooting percentage over his career, but has a career high of just 32 goals in a season, and with that possibly regressing as well as assists, people could start questioning the deal and the value he brings. The team was in a bad spot though if they had lost him, so I do get that, but I do think the length of the deal is the biggest issue here, and we'll see how this contract helps or hurts the team over the coming years. For this season, I think it could be good, but I would be really shocked if he had another 99-point plus season. But yeah, best of luck, JT. Having said all this, what are my expectations for the Canucks this season? Personally, I think they'll be in the playoff hunt. I don't know if they'll make it, but I think they could be there. Bruce had them really buzzing once he got there, and a lot of things turned around for them. And I remember seeing a stat where it was offensive zone time before he was there and offensive zone time afterwards. It was up considerably, so anytime you're able to be in your offensive zone, that's a good thing, and you could be in a spot to score goals, which means if you're in their end and they're not in yours, that's probably going to be wins for you. So I'm excited for that. And I will say they've got plenty of good players. I think their top 9, if people play up to their potential, could be very good. You've got Höglander, who I know people are saying maybe goes down to the AHL. You've got Colson, you've got Pedersen, you've got so many guys that I think could really be special. Pedersen, of course, out of the bunch. I'm not saying Höglander and Vasily will be the studs of the team, but there is some talent here. And of course, you have Quinn Hughes on the blue line, that's your Demko in it, and then you're gonna have Spencer Martin, who had like a .950 save percentage last season with Vancouver in 6 games, so that was really cool. All around, not saying that they are going to be a lock for a playoff spot, but if Thatcher's healthy, if things continue how they did with Bruce, I do think they could definitely make the playoffs. Are they good enough to go on a run? If Thatcher is ready to go, I think in general they would be lucky to get out of the first round. Second round would really be ideal, but still, this team is good, but not great in my opinion. Anyway though, what are your expectations for Vancouver this season? Let me know down below in the comments. Also, please make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new. Everybody stay safe. Hey, have a great night, and go Volk, you alright? Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes. This is your captain signing off. Have a great night.